Yes. Sure. So my name is Jessica Porcini, and you can pronounce it however you like. But basically, I'm a health and weight loss expert that helps women lose the last 10 pounds by laughing themselves skinny. So that's my program name. And it's basically a fun, lighthearted approach to kick butt weight loss strategies that actually work and don't feel like punishment. So you don't have to give up your favorite foods like chocolate and wine. You don't have to sell your soul to a treadmill or the gym or working out for the rest of your life. So it's really about learning to live again while you're losing weight. And one of the things when I was in a very abusive relationship with my body was I felt like I could get into my skinny jeans by giving up going out to eat, by working out all the time. And I was like, why would I do that when I would just be locked like at home, basically in body jail? Sure, I might be thin, but I wouldn't be living my life. So I really set out to find a way that you can have both, that you can live your life, you can have fun, and still lose weight. Yeah, so my weight loss story started when I was 16 years old. So on the outside, everything was perfect. It didn't look like I needed to lose weight, but I was a dancer and I was told that yes, I needed to lose weight. So it started me on this very abusive journey with my body, dieting, starving myself, binging on a box of cookies, and then feeling so guilty that you throw them up. Like very ugly, ugly things. And it progressed for many years and just feeling completely unhappy in my body and trying the next thing and the next thing and the next thing to get the quote unquote perfect body. And in the meantime, like my life started to crumble. I was miserable. I was unhappy. Like I could torch a small village with my mood swings and all sorts of stuff. Like it was just not a good time in my life. And I was like, is this like what it's all set up to be? Like, is this what trying to achieve health and like the body that I want? Is this the journey that I'm going to be on? So, a series of events happened, and to keep this story short, I really set out to find a way that I could lose weight, but also live my life too. That I could have fun, I could eat my chocolate, I could have my champagne, and still lose weight too. And I ended up quitting my job in fashion marketing and going back to school, and also bringing my experience as a comedian into my work to really have a fun, lighthearted approach that feels like a no brainer. That it really is a lifestyle and it really just is habits that are no big deal because that's really what weight loss is all about. When we get into deprivation, when we get into starvation, when we get into, oh my God, I had a big meal, I need to go work this off tomorrow at the gym, it creates a stress response on the body that your body physically cannot lose weight. It creates a hormone cocktail that just sends out signals physiologically to your body that's like, hey, we cannot lose weight under these conditions. So it actually, by having fun and losing weight and relaxing into the experience, while still doing the strategies that actually work, you're actually doubling your results. You're actually getting more. You're actually achieving what you want to achieve by having fun, by relaxing into it, and by just realizing that it's a journey and that perfection really is an illusion. It doesn't exist. Mhm. So listening to your body should, like for me and the work that I do with the women, is like the first thing we do right out of the gate is really starting to listen to what your body is telling you. So another part of like my background is growing up, I always suffered from really bad stomach aches, been to doctor after doctor, had been hospitalized for a lot of my digestive problems, and they couldn't figure out what it was. And time after time, I would be like, something is up, like something is going on. And turns out I had a dairy allergy. And I didn't find out from going to the doctor, I found out from eliminating it from my diet. But listening to our body is really about listening, like pressing the pause button for a second, because life can go so fast. Pressing the pause button and just really doing kind of like an internal check, almost like an internal conversation with your body of how you're doing. Just like you would call up one of your girlfriends and be like, hey, like, how are you doing? Like, what's going on in your life? You want to do the same thing with your body. And I think it's really important that we need to continually be in conversation with our body and asking questions and getting curious around it because our body is such a source of wisdom, not only when it comes to eating, but also life decisions and things like that. I think it's to slow down, and it's a lesson I continually. It continues to serve me. Like you're not slowing down fast. Like like you're going too fast. You need to slow down because when we're going so fast, we can't listen to our bodies. And when I'm not listening to my body, I find myself going or making decisions or going down the wrong path, and then like having to do a U-turn and backtrack. So, for example, like if we even want to dumb it down to like what you want to eat during the day, I really have to slow down and listen and like get in conversation with my body and be like, what do I want to eat today? And sometimes like wait, listen, and like wait for the answer because your body doesn't have a megaphone. It doesn't have, like a speed dial to your brain or anything like that. And our culture today is so much like up here and it's so go go go. What are you thinking? What does your brain say? Because our brain can very much trip us up. But I realize, like, the biggest lesson for me is that I have to slow down in order to listen to my body. And in doing that, I am much more efficient. I get twice as much done in a short amount of time, and I'm doing everything that's in alignment with myself. It's interesting because my body tells me that I'm a lot bigger than I give myself credit for. Um, it tells me that I'm like, I am not this body, that I am something greater and something bigger and much more powerful. And it's something I continue to explore in my own personal journey. That is definitely something that I'm realizing that when I trust my body, I can do even more and even greater. and become even beyond my wildest dreams than what my mind can even conceive. Thank you. Awesome. No, she really likes to dabble in all sorts of languages. One of the major things that I've learned over the years is is along the lines of headaches and things like that. That when I am in physical pain, whether it's digestive or headaches or migraines, I used to suffer from really bad migraines. Um, it's a sign that I'm expanding at such a rapid rate that I actually need to go and rest and recuperate and recharge my batteries. Because if we expand and like the container doesn't allow for that expansion, that's where the tension comes in. So whenever I get like headaches or start to get that feeling, it's a sign that I need to press the pause button and chill out for like 20 minutes or something like that. And usually when I do, it's gone. And then she also speaks like a little like a girlfriend on the phone, like always weighing in on her opinion. You know, a lot of times she comes into the game, like my mind will jump into and answer things for me, and then she'll be kind of like being like, "No, I think we should do this," and I know it's her because a lot of times that voice or that whisper won't go away. I'll continually hear it until the cards are set straight, until I actually like go with her opinion. So my mind will like jump in, it'll be very quick, and then my body will tend to kind of catch up. So that's where the slowing in comes down, is like I need to wait for her to join the party. Otherwise, I'm kind of off with my brain doing whatever it wants. Thank you. So it all starts with paying attention, and the best way to pay attention is just start asking questions. So one of the things that I love to do with all of my clients is get them asking themselves questions, almost as if you were to ask your best friend, like, hey, where do you want to eat today? You want to ask your body the same thing, like, hey, where do we want to go for lunch today? What do we want to have on the menu? What looks good to us? Just starting to get in conversation with your body will start to develop that relationship. Because right now, for a lot of people, if they're not listening to their bodies, they're like kind of estranged, long distance relationship lovers that haven't talked in months. So you really have to start the conversation. And at first, it can be a little crazy. It's like, why am I asking myself all these questions? I feel like I'm talking to myself. Am I going crazy? But it's more of just starting to get that voice to speak up because it's been squashed, it's been overpowered by your brain. It's been so quiet that you need to start giving it that megaphone, that microphone, and bringing it to the forefront. And by doing that, is just starting to ask yourself, like, how do I feel? what do I feel like eating today? How hungry are we? Are we really hungry? Will this satisfy my hunger? Just starting to cultivate those questions. Or even like, which side of the street do I want to walk on? Do I want to take a right here or do I want to go a couple more blocks? Like silly, simple stuff, but it just starts to get the conversation going. Yes. Sure. So they can go over to my website, jessicaprocini.com, and that's PROCINI.com. And every week I send out a JCNE TV episode. So it is a short 3-minute clip on easy ways to lose weight and have fun too. If you go over to my website and enter your name in the upper right hand corner, I will be sure to send them to you each week. And especially with times changing, holidays coming up, or even as we go into the new year and things like that, everything is very relatable to these times. So you can get free weight loss tips right to your inbox each week by doing that. Thank you. Thank you so much.